If you're optimizing your listings and your account health is in poor condition, you're still not going to get to where you want to be in the search algorithm. If you fail to meet Amazon's shipping performance standards, you could have suspensions or restrictions, and this is going to severely impact your business operations. It impacts your customer satisfaction. It will impact your seller ratings and just the overall health. If you're going to sell on Amazon, you need to understand a lot of things. We are your account health experts, and we want to help you. If you've had an ASIN that's been deactivated, get in touch with us because we will be able to help you get that back.
Hello and welcome to Seller Assistant Talks. My name is Oleg Kuzmenkov. I'm the founder of Seller Assistant. Seller Assistant is the best tool for online arbitrage and wholesale on Amazon. In this podcast, we dive into a world of selling on Amazon. We bring in experts from the niche, successful sellers and service providers to share their knowledge and experience with you. I'm happy to introduce you Debi Slaver, who is Director of Sales and Marketing of SPCTEK Amazon agency. Hi, Debi. How are you doing today?
Hello, Oleg. Thank you for inviting me onto your show.
I'm happy to see you here. And could you please let our visitors know how do you help Amazon sellers in their journey on Amazon?
Well, great. Oleg, SPCTEK is actually an SPN partner, an Amazon partner. And so we are a full service agency. We do everything from creating listings to managing your account to PPC, anything that is Ecomm. We're on Amazon, Etsy, eBay. We just got approved for TikTok Shop as a partner there.
As you know, Seller Assistant and SPCTEK just partnered, and now we work together to bring even more value to our customers. How do you evaluate our partnership?
So one of the things that we liked about Seller Assistant is that it's important to do research. If you're going to sell on Amazon, you need to understand a lot of things, about your product and pricing and all of those types of things. So Seller Assistant is such a great help for answering, inquiries about, should I do this? Should I do that? That type of stuff. I think too many people get into Amazon without doing the appropriate research.
Yeah, it's true. And we work hard to deliver a lot of information about product to our customers. Speaking about information, it's very important to understand, is it safe to sell a product or not? And, we have a feature which shows issues related to product. And I know you have something to say about that. You know how to protect account health of sellers. And I would like to know your vision. Could you share it with our listeners, please?
So, Oleg, one of the things that we have found that's really important, and I don't think a lot of Amazon sellers understand this, but your account health is really the foundation of your Amazon account. We specialize in helping people when their ASINs get deactivated or their account gets deactivated. Account health is so important. Also, even if you're doing advertising, Amazon's algorithm gives you better ratings and stuff if you will just have good account health when you do advertising in your listings. If you want your listings, it is important to optimize your listings, but you need to also understand that if you're optimizing your listings and your account health is in poor condition, you're still not going to get to where you want to be in the search algorithm.
I know you're an expert in account health, and you know a lot about of these metrics. And, some of our customers doing drop shipping, another one doing their product by themselves. They are not using FBA. So could you please explain how to keep good account health doing FBM?
I think this is a great topic, especially when people first begin. Many of them may not start with FBA, what is fulfillment by Amazon, because they're needing to build up some of their profits and stuff first. So it's very important to understand that your shipping performance metrics are located in your Amazon account health. And it is a crucial aspect for your success if you've decided to ship FBM because it impacts your customer satisfaction. It will impact your seller ratings and just the overall health. So Amazon really closely monitors several key metrics in order to make sure that the sellers are performing good in this area. So today I just wanted to tell you there are really four different types of shipping metrics. The first one is late shipment rate, or LSR. This is actually the percentage of orders that ship later than the promised delivery date. Okay. So if you have a very high LSR, it's going to negatively impact your customer satisfaction. And this could also lead to account suspensions. Amazon expects sellers to keep their late shipment rates below 4%. And if you're not selling a lot of product, if you're just getting started, it can be very easy to reach that 4% until you have some volume and stuff. The next thing that they actually measure when it comes to shipment is on-time delivery rate, or OTDR. They like to have a lot of acronyms, so I'll be using them. This measures the percent of your orders that are delivered by the promised delivery date. So when you're shopping on Amazon, you always see this can be there by Wednesday or by Thursday or by Friday. And if it doesn't reach by that date, the account gets a little nick against it. The OTDR is just crucial for maintaining customer trust and eligibility for Amazon programs. So if you're not taking good care of your on-time delivery, you may not be eligible for things like lightning deals or coupons and stuff like that. So that's why we say that the account health is very foundational. Amazon's target OTDR is typically above 95%. And there are a lot of things that Amazon does that you're not always sure if you're within their policies and stuff like that. But the one thing about shipping rate is that they always tell you exactly what their expectations are. Okay. So it's easy for you to look and see, are I falling within that? Okay. Now there is what they call a pre-fulfillment cancel rate, or pre-FC. Now, this is actually the number of orders that would get canceled before they ship by the seller. So, if for some reason you run out of product and you have to ship it because you didn't take the listing down, that's what they're going to call a pre-fulfillment cancel rate. It's actually you canceling it. And so what this indicates to Amazon is that you have potential inventory or fulfillment issues. And so Amazon expects their sellers to keep this rate as low as possible. And the threshold is about 2.5%. And then the fourth thing that they talk about is the valid tracking rate. And this is so important if you're shipping yourself. This measures the percentage of orders that actually provided their tracking rates to Amazon. So if you're shipping yourself as fulfillment by merchant, you have to give Amazon the tracking rate so that they can send it to customers, and customers will know and be able to watch the journey till it gets to them. If you have a high VTR, this makes sure that the customers can track their orders and also allows Amazon to monitor your delivery performance. So Amazon does require a valid tracking rate, or VTR, of 95% or higher. And again, a low valid tracking rate can actually cause your account to be suspended. So what we're trying to do when we talk about account health is we're trying to make sure that you don't get your account suspended and that you are able to use, all of the tools that Amazon has to your best advantage. So if you're taking care of your shipping metrics, you are going to have better customer satisfaction. You're going to have a better relationship with Amazon because your count is healthy. Here are a few things that might happen to you. We talked about the fact that you could get your account suspended. If you fail to meet Amazon's shipping performance standards, you could have suspensions or restrictions, and this is going to severely impact your business operations. So you might also receive the little Amazon email. These are performance notifications, and everybody's gotten them. And when you see it, your heart just goes a little bit faster. You go, oh my goodness, what went wrong? So performance notifications are really the warning emails that come from Amazon. Now, it doesn't really impact your account health, but if the metrics aren't well managed according to the thresholds that Amazon is giving you, they're going to notify you, and eventually these metrics are not satisfying what Amazon wants. Amazon as a platform has to make sure that all of the things that it promises, it can actually give to the people who shop there. It's the reason why Prime is so important, because people want 2 day shipping. People want, fast delivery. So if you're not going to provide that, Amazon's going to let you know that they're not happy with the fact that you're not providing it. Now, there could also be financial implications, because your shipping performance issues can result in increased costs. If a person doesn't get it on time and you didn't get it there, they could return it. They want refunds. They might ask for chargebacks. So sometimes your performance shipping rate also impacts your pocketbook, right? And then, of course, there's the customer trust because of negative shipping experiences. So if you're an Amazon seller, the best customer you can have is someone who comes back time after time after time. If you have a negative shipping experience with a customer, okay, it damages your reputation. Eventually, it's going to erode your customer trust, and it's difficult to recover from that. So it's just so important that you're watching your late shipment rates. Aim for 0% if you can. If you have a hurricane goes through the United States and it causes late shipment deliveries, you can tell that to Amazon. If they send you a notification that you had a bunch of orders that went out, usually they know if it's something big like that, but you can let them know and they'll make sure that they take that late shipping rate off of your account health, okay? Again, your on-time delivery rate, you want to aim for about 90% or higher, because this indicates to Amazon that you have very consistent and reliable deliveries. And then your pre-fulfillment cancel rate, honestly, you should have that at a 0. There should never be a reason why you as a seller have to cancel before you even ship, because if that happens, it means you're not taking care of business. Make sure that your inventories are good. If you need to slow down the sales, raise the price, until you can get some more inventory in. There are so many techniques that you can use in order to ensure that you're always in stock, that you really need to be as close to 0 as possible. The threshold is 2.5%. But again, this is customer satisfaction. You don't know how much time they spent deciding on exactly what they wanted to buy. They bought your item and then you cancel it, that hurts your seller reputation. And of course, the valid tracking rate. Honestly, this is probably one of the places where people who are fulfillment by merchant get caught the most often, because they just don't take the time to put their tracking rates in. And there are so many good integrations with shipping programs that you can put in there, that there's really, you need to have that. If you're going to be fulfilling by merchant, in order to keep your tracking rate high like that, you want to make sure that you're using the tools, the proper tools out there. We talked a little bit about the customer satisfaction, how it can affect your low selling rates with poor shipping performance. But there's also the loss of buy box. Okay. If you have consistent shipping issues, it's going to damage your eligibility for buy box. And this is where you get into the relationship with Amazon. It's with the relationship with your customer, the relationship with Amazon. I mean, all of those are so important for you to be successful on Amazon. Again, you'll get performance notifications or an account suspension if you just consistently have poor shipping metrics. And again, we talked about the fact it costs you money. You have to get refunds, returns, chargebacks. It damages your reputation. And now there are so many programs from Amazon that you aren't eligible for if you have shipping performance issues. For instance, you cannot participate as Prime if they see that you have consistent shipping problems. And so you just are limiting your growth opportunities as a seller. I just think that it's important that people understand that's foundational.
It's true. It's very important. So, what if Amazon seller just got this notice from Amazon, and for example, some of these metrics are below the threshold? What they can and should to do, to fix this situation, and how much time they have to solve the issue, and how to act in such situations?
Yeah. So, Oleg, I think that is such an important question because when you get a notification from Amazon about some kind of metric that's not working or something that's not right with your account, the first thing you need to do is research. Make sure that you understand fully. Amazon, some of their emails are a little bit cryptic. They're not always the easiest to understand, but make sure that you understand. Look into your history and see what are they talking about, and then always provide them with whatever they want. Like, for instance, we talked about the valid tracking rate. Sometimes you can just send them a record of your tracking numbers to show that you were indeed doing it. Maybe it didn't download correctly or something like that. And you can get some of those taken away from you, those performance things taken away from you. But you have to just regularly review your account health. I would say that every day, the first thing that you do when you get up in the morning is you can have your coffee first, and then you want to look at what your account health is, if there's any type of alerts or anything like that. I am often surprised when somebody's account gets deactivated and they come to us and they ask for help, and we'll say, okay, you got a notice in September, and then you got another notice in December, and then your account got deactivated in January. What did you send to Amazon for those notices? And they'll go, oh, well, I didn't do anything, And we're like, okay, they're giving you warnings for a reason. They are trying to tell you, that there's a problem. And so if they say they want you to provide valid tracking rate, and you can do that, you can give them the numbers, then do that. But there's all kinds of, if you're shipping from a warehouse, I mean, there are automation systems, warehouse management systems and stuff like that actually not only will tell about some of the shipping rate, but it helps you keep your inventory in line, your stock levels and stuff. So if you've got something that's really high in inventory, it's time to put a coupon out there, right? Put a coupon out there, get the advertising cred for doing a coupon, and reduce that inventory. If it's too low, then we need to be placing some orders and stuff like that. But look for those systems that actually integrate. Almost all of the shipping carriers, UPS, USPS, FedEx, all of those have seamless integration that just ensures that you get an accurate label and real-time tracking updates, and it just reduces the manual entry, because the people who don't get their tracking rates entered are usually because they're doing it manually.
So your point, it's better to prevent the issue, right, than solve it, and use automation wherever it's possible to avoid human mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What about order defect rate metric?
Yeah, so your ODR, or your order defect rate, is actually the percentage of product that people want to return after they get it. Maybe it is that the shipping carton was, like crushed or something like that. Maybe it's the thing themselves that they actually took the product out and it just fell apart, right? So ODR is really important for you to help you understand what improvements you need to make for your business. Do you need better packing material? Do you need to look for a different manufacturer? What improvements can you make upon that product? I think a good thing to always do is look at your reviews. If you are seeing consistently, maybe they're 4-star reviews, so you think, oh, that's pretty good. They're 4 stars, but maybe everybody who's giving you a 4-star review is mentioning the same thing. So that would be an indicator for you as the person who owns the marketplace to actually figure out, how can I improve this product, right? Like most businesses, we want to get better with time. So I just think the ODR, pay attention to it. Pay attention to what your customers are telling you in their reviews and stuff like that. And again, if your shipping carrier is damaging a lot of your stuff, getting reliable shipping carriers is crucial for you. So if the carrier's not performing, change. If the person who's making the product isn't making it to your level, then let's make some changes and stuff like that. But let's really keep the account health high.
You can find insights in voice of customers as well, where people leave a message returning the product, and it can be very useful. For example, once I got a lot of messages that the product was used, not new, and I tried to figure out how it happens, but I used fulfillment by Amazon, and they just repack the returns and send as new, but I've got problem, not Amazon, right? But Amazon repacked the products.
Yeah, you got the notification and stuff. And so, I will say, did you respond to them, and did they act really good about it? Did they take it off?
I just it was like a few last items of the SKU, and I got this sale, and 1 month later I get return, then I get sale. 1 month later, it's like shuttle with only one item. So I just dispose it, and that's it.
Yeah. But you have to pay attention to the notifications. You wouldn't have known that FBA was shipping that item out again repeatedly. And so pay attention. If I could tell people anything, if you get that email notification, really read it, research it, and reply to it.
Thank you for such interesting discussion. Could you please let me know and our customers know how they can contact you if they need your assistance, how you can help them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a contact form on our website, which is SPCTEK, SPCTEK.com. And you can also make an appointment right from our website if you want to talk with one of our representatives about whatever is happening with your account. Like I said, we do full account management, but if you are particularly worried about something that's on your account health, we are your account health experts, and we want to help you. If you've had an ASIN that's been deactivated, get in touch with us because we will be able to help you get that back.
All the link in the description, just click and fill out the form, and Debbie will solve all your issues with account health or help you.
Thank you, Oleg.
If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave the comment. All the comments will be answered by me and Debbie. And do not forget to open sellerassistant.app and install Seller Assistant extension and just sign up for software. It's free for first 14 days. You can check price list analyzer, brand analyzer, seller storefront tracker, and also you can use a Seller Assistant extension, which is useful for product research, for online arbitrage, and wholesale on Amazon. And also visit our blog. We have a lot of information about selling on Amazon. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
До свидания.
До свидания. Yes.